So today I'll be talking about why Californians are choosing to move to coastal Alabama. I hear this question not only from the locals, but from other Californians who call us. Obviously they're interested, but sometimes they need a little reassurance. They'll ask me, why did you leave Chicago? What did you do? How did you do it? There's so many questions that go through their head, and I get it. I've lived it. So today we're gonna go through all the uncertainties, all the questions, and what local California transplants are saying. Did I say that right? You know what I mean? The transplants who live here that are from California. They're certainly moving here because they found it as one of the best places in the country for so many reasons. It's time to look at those particular reasons and find out why coastal Alabama is the preferred destination to be specifically, and why people just love lower Alabama. However, before knowing the reason to select the Gulf Coast of Alabama as their new home, it's crucial to know why they're leaving California. The first major reason why I hear people leaving California is because the cost of living. I mean, you see and hear of all these cost of livings dropping across the country, and it's nearly impossible to get a house there. So what do? You find a way around that. I mean, when you have a place that shuts down and doesn't allow your business to thrive like California did, I mean, that's it. You go. Governor Newsom said California is the true freedom state, but California is one of the 9 states under a state of emergency, and originally locking people indoors while the governor was free to do whatever he wanted. So that's definitely not as free as the governor proclaims. It's said that the state of emergency may finally end on February 28, 2023. So these are some critical reasons why Californians are leaving California and settling in other states like our beloved Alabama. Another reason, and this is a good one, Californians want to move to coastal Alabama because it's cost effectiveness. It can surely be said that it's one of the most cost-friendly states in the whole country, and it's much cheaper than states like California and Maine and Connecticut and Texas or New York. And these are all locations where we have clients calling us from wanting to leave, and that's just in the past week, by the way. This lower cost of living allows a majority of people to buy their dream home without having too much debt on their shoulders. And most of our clients have great opportunities to generate some income by selling these properties at profitable rates after all these years of inflation, especially in some of those bigger metro areas. When the national cost of living average is compared to Alabama, it's 12% lower than the national average, which shows the actual worth of Alabama. So if you're anything like me and you like saving money, then Alabama might be the place for you. You can get a very nice house ranging from $250,000 to $400,000 on average, depending on what area you're looking at, with property taxes below $1,000 a year. Now, if you're anything like this lady I know who's in most of my videos, then you might like to go a little bit above that price range. And if that's the case, coastal Alabama offers a lot of other properties, and you'd be surprised what you're looking at, especially if you're getting onto that beachfront property. And forget that $1,000 a year for property taxes like I was just mentioning. One thing that will remain the same though is that people here are a lot more down to earth and a lot friendlier. It's very rare that you find someone who doesn't have a good attitude or that has racist behavior. The only people that I found like that are from Florida, and surprisingly, they were Cuban. Imagine that. And it's ironic because they make videos about how people are treated badly in Alabama for being Latino, and they're staring people and making them think Alabama has aggressive behavior towards minorities, and making videos on that subject is just plain wrong in my opinion, but they're doing the same thing. So it's definitely not routine here. Rather, you'll find the majority of people with friendly behavior, which is always a plus for any particular society. Education is another considerable factor that has attracted Californians to move to Alabama. It's important to mention that schools and college education has improved significantly over the years, and most people who call us have already done their research and they know that the schools are highly rated in town. So if you are moving to Alabama and you're worried about the education here, just know that there's no need to panic, because the schools and the colleges here are highly rated, at least down here in lower Alabama, and the universities up north. One of the other fan favorites about living down here is the geographical location. And I don't mean the beach. Well, everyone loves that too, but what I mean is being down south and closer to other places like New Orleans for Saints or Pelican games, or just to visit, or if you want to go to the World War II Museum, or to Biloxi to go gamble, or to their aquarium. And you got Pensacola and Panama City Beach. They're just a hop, skip, and a jump to the east of you in the Florida Panhandle. And if you want to go to Atlanta, then you're just an hour flight away. Then you have Tuscaloosa if you're into college football and you want to go see the greatest college team in history. And there's Auburn too, I guess. If you didn't know, college football is more than just a sport down here. It's a way of life. Good thing Alabama happens to be the home of the best college football team in the entire country. It just shows their love and dedication towards the beloved sport, which is always a great thing for young students, especially if they want to go on and further their education. Most of our clients ask about, sports activities, whether it's football, soccer, cheer, baseball, lacrosse, you name it. And we point them to all these clubs down here. So there's always numerous activities for everyone to enjoy. I just saw a recent post about an adult kickball league, and I swear I was this close to signing up. But as you know, I have a little one, so I didn't. But I'm telling you, I was right there. But anyways, kids can participate in tons of sports activities and stay mentally and physically fit. Californians have preferred to move to coastal Alabama because it's a place filled with so many beautiful locations and some of the most amazing beaches. If you're a fisherman, you'll love the fact that you can freshwater fish or saltwater fish off the pier, or go charter fishing deep in the Gulf. Along Orange Beach and Gulf Shores, you have more than 100 charter fishing boats that depart every year, which is said to be the largest fleet of charter fishing boats in the US. And another famous thing about coastal Alabama are the birds. Along the area of woods, wetlands, and dunes, you have 200 miles where you can find more than 50 bird sightings. And I know this fun fact because Jess loves birds, so it may not be a California thing, but it's a fun fact nonetheless. I like things like Fort Morgan and Fort Gaines and Blakely State Park, or the USS Alabama. Those are some of my favorites. But back to some of the coolest and biggest attractions that has enticed Californians to coastal Alabama is the amazing beach life. Alabama beaches have sugary white sand and warm emerald water from the Gulf of Mexico, not that cold Pacific Ocean that they're used to. Now, you don't have the hills of California to overlook the ocean here, but here you can have a house on stilts, or you can be close to the beach to just look out, and you got the rivers, and you got the bays, and you got the lagoons. I mean, there's just so much. So as long as you can find your way to the beach somehow, then you're just gonna see the beautiful white sand beaches spread across 32 miles. There's a reason we get so many visitors, and it's not just for our attractions, because there's not a lot, but we do have some, like Owa's indoor water park and the amusement park. You got the Gulf Coast Zoo. I mean, there's tons of restaurants and shopping. So you can definitely invite your family and friends and kids to enjoy a great time over the summer, and just the hospitality, great weather, lower cost of living. Those are some of the factors that Californians are moving down south to lower Alabama. But the biggest attraction and the most popular reason, I'd say, is the beach life. That has brought so many people down here. I mean, you get the scenery, the amenities. So if you're thinking about it, make sure you guys give us a call, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video.